Did the Carolina Panthers just solidify the free safety position? What's going on, Panther Nation? It's your boy LCameraTV here, man. And I've been working on something for a little while now, but I finally got it in place. I got my affiliate link for NFL shops, so you can cop all your NFL gear on my page. The link is in the description below, man. I know y'all want your Carolina Panther jerseys, hats, mugs, all types of cool stuff. You know, I got a Cam Newton jersey. I'm trying to get a Christian McCaffrey and a Luke Kuechly, you know what I'm saying? I got offense. I definitely need defense, man. So any NFL fan or Panther fan that wants some NFL gear, come to my affiliate link, cop some jerseys, cop some mugs, cop some stuff, man. Make sure you represent the Carolina Panthers when they're in London and wherever else, man. And thank y'all for showing love and tuning in. Definitely cop some gear. If y'all don't want the L camera, you might as well get the Carolina.
Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Roman.com and wherever else. And guys, we got some great breaking news. It's late night, but you know what I'm saying, I gotta shoot a video because this news is important. The Carolina Panthers are still making moves. The prodigal son returns, obviously, and we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about why they chose him over another safety that would have been pretty good. And the other thing I want to talk about is why I think this is the best decision for all parties involved. So we got a lot to talk about today, guys. So let's get started. So the Carolina Panthers just signed the prodigal son, and I'm talking about Tre Boston. He just signed for a one-year deal for $3 million, and it's just funny how this whole thing comes full circle, man. Tre Boston was once drafted by the Carolina Panthers, you know, a few years back. I think it was like 2014. He was kind of like, you know, a rotational player, whatever, but he had some good picks. He was a pretty good safety for us, whatever, but he was in a backup role, you know what I'm saying, and the Panthers didn't really want to pay him, so they let him go. He went to the Chargers. He played well, really well, actually, for the Chargers, and then he went to the Cardinals, but, you know, he was a free agent, and nobody really wanted to pay him, and that whole thing was going on because I think the whole safety position in general was getting devalued. The Panthers didn't pay him, the Chargers didn't pay him, you know what I'm saying, and there was a few safeties out there that were, you know, not getting paid. Obviously, there's another good one that I talk about later on in this video, but a lot of safeties were getting devalued, man. You know what I'm saying, even Eric Reed at one point wasn't signed until like middle of the season when the Carolina Panthers had to do it. So, you know, a lot of safeties were getting devalued, whatever, and I think he's still a very good safety. He's a very good, you know, intercepting safety, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, you know, tackling also, like, he's not bad, but, you know, he's not great. But as a ball hawk, picking the ball off, he's very good at that. You know, he's very good at tracking the ball. He's very good at getting the ball out of the air. And it's just funny how things, you know, go full circle. He got drafted by the Panthers, you know what I'm saying, and now he's back on the Panthers, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, obviously that was an idea. A lot of Panther fans were thinking that, hey, Tre Boston, I mean, they even hit the man up, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram and say, hey, Tre Boston, why don't you come back to Carolina? He said he'll be open to it, but, you know, if the money's right and the whole situation is right. And finally, he's back with the Panthers, man. I heard the Giants were after him too, but, you know, he ultimately decided to choose the Carolina Panthers, and that's great for us. Obviously, he chose the Carolina Panthers because he thought there was a playoff team, and obviously the Giants are going nowhere fast. You know, obviously with the injuries on the receiving corps, the old Eli Manning, he would just go there and basically do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he chose the Carolina Panthers because he believed that we're a very good team. We could be a playoff team. And, you know, he believes that, you know, there's missing one piece, and he's that one piece. So I'm really happy Tre Boston's back. I'm really happy that, you know what I'm saying, things kind of worked out that way. And like I said, Marty Hurney is making it shake. And I like this type of Carolina Panthers. Maybe it's because, you know, David Tipper is like kind of on their necks, you know what I'm saying, meaning that, they, you know what I'm saying, if they don't produce this year, there's going to be some heads that roll. But I like this type of Panthers, man. We made some big moves, some big acquisitions, and we seem like we're really getting after it, man. I feel like years, you know, usually we'll be hesitant to do this, hesitant to do that. But now I feel like the Panthers like, hey, bro, go for broke. We're going to try to get as many good players as we can, and I'm all for that. And the other thing I want to talk about is why the Carolina Panthers chose Tre Boston over Eric Berry. Now, Eric Berry is a baller safety, man. He's great. He was great for years. But what you got to understand about Eric Berry, and which I am more for the Tre Boston over Eric Berry thing, is two reasons. One, the best ability is availability. Now, mind you, Eric Berry is a baller when he's on the field, but he's never on the field. You know, so he's been dealing with injuries, all kinds of stuff for, you know, the last few years. Even though when he's on the field, he's a all-pro safety, man. But he says he's healthy. But the thing is that you're taking a risk. You're running a risk with Eric Berry and Tre Boston. As you know, even though he's a lesser player, he's there. You know what I'm saying? So what's the point of having an all-pro safety that never plays? And that's why ultimately Kansas City let him go, because Kansas City, they rolled with him for years, bro. But it was always up and down with him. Always, you know, when he was there, he was good. But when he's injured, he's always injured, or, you know, something's going on with him, whatever. And it's not his fault. It's not like he's, you know, trying to do this, but that's just the reality of the situation. And the second thing is that one, Tre Boston's younger, and he knows the system better. Now, mind you, Tre Boston is younger than Eric Berry, plus, you know, which doesn't really matter too much because of the one-year deal, but it depends, you know what I'm saying, the Panthers are going to have some more cap space. They might decide to extend him. We'll know. We'll see how that whole thing plays out. But he knows the system better. He played for the Panthers for a few years. He got drafted by the Panthers. He understands the system, man. So it's better to get him in here during training camp, because remember, we're in training camp. Like the first week of training camp's over, we're in training camp. Tre Boston's going to pick up the system way quicker than Eric Berry did, because, like I said, the system's different. He played for Carolina. A lot of things is still the same, especially with Ron Rivera calling plays. So he could pick it up way quicker than Eric Berry could. As great as Eric Berry is, he's still going to have a learning curve. Even Eric Reed said last year it was kind of a learning curve for him. He had to kind of figure things out. He said this year he feels like he's going to be way better than he was last year, because now he understands the system. He's been in the season for the whole year. He got training camp and mini camp and all that stuff on his belt. Now he feels more adjusted to the defense and what the defense is, and he's become more vocal because of it. Whereas Eric Berry, it would have been the same thing. He probably would have played good, but not as great as he could be, because you got to learn everything brand new. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Tre Boston, because he played for Carolina before, because he knows Ron Rivera, because he knows a lot of terminology, even though they changed it to more of a 3-4 front, a lot of stuff is still similar. So he can pick that up way quicker than Eric Berry could. So that's just, you know what I'm saying, the smarter play. As much as I like Eric Berry, like I said, Tre Boston's more acclimated, he's younger, and he's healthier. You know what I'm saying? So why would you not go with him? And plus, it's on a 1-year, $3 million deal. It's not like, you know, Eric Berry's great, but if you only have him for 1 year, why would you go for the more injury-prone player instead of the more healthier player in Tre Boston? So I'm all for this. You know what I'm saying? I think Eric Berry is a better player than Tre Boston, but I just think Tre Boston's there more and can impact our team more frequently than Eric Berry could, because I'm not going to lie, he probably would have got injured again. That should be being honest. And finally, the reason why this is great for all parties involved is because, one, you know, me and all the Carolina Panthers fans during the off-season programming, meaning, you know, draft and free agency, we're all saying the same thing. We need a free safety. We need a free safety. We have a good, you know, strong safety in Eric Reed. We need a free safety. And guess what? Off-season programming happened, free agency happened, no safety, and, you know, draft happened, no safety. Even with the 3rd round pick, which I thought they can get a safety from, you know what I'm saying, because they got a pass rusher their 1st round and a left tackle their 2nd round. I thought they could go safety or receiver. They went quarterback. And I'm not mad at Will Grier. I think Will Grier is a very good backup, but the idea is that you needed a safety. So then they went to minicamp, they went to OTAs, and then they gave Rashawn Gardner a try, which they said they won't do because they drafted him to be a safety. Obviously, he's not panning out. You know what I'm saying? And Ross Cockrell came in. He wasn't panning out either. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing about moving him to safety. That just shows the lack of safety help that we had. You know what I'm saying? As far as Eric Reed was doing good, but Rashawn Golden obviously wasn't living up to the billing. So they decided, let's get somebody we know, somebody who's used to our system, in Tre Boston, which I think is a very good idea. And it helps out Tre too, because Tre wants a contract. And he deserves one. He played really well in Chargers, stuff like that. But he got to showcase who he is. He got to showcase the talent that he has. And if he's not on the field, how can you show that? You know what I'm saying? All they can look at is the old tape. He understands that this can, you know, him going to playoffs, deep in the playoffs, and even maybe in the Super Bowl or whatever, and winning the Super Bowl with the Panthers will really help his, you know, free agency bid for more money. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously he wants to get paid. And also he wants to win a Super Bowl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And he's joined up with a team that has Super Bowl aspirations in the Carolina Panthers. And now, you know what I'm saying, he has an opportunity to win a Super Bowl, maybe even get paid. And he also is helping out the Panthers by filling that final free safety's position. Plus, you know what I'm saying, helping out his brothers. Because like I said, he knows a lot of people still on the team, man. Cam Newton, all those guys, he still knows them, man. So it's really good. And I'm pretty sure, I wouldn't be surprised if I heard that the Panthers players were kind of coercing him to come back, man. I wouldn't be surprised by that, man. So this works out for all parties involved. Tre wants to get paid. Now he's on a team. He can actually play and perform and actually showcase his talent. He could push us over the top to a Super Bowl. I really think this is, you know, the best thing that could happen to us, whatever, on the defensive side, because that was our glaring weak link. You know what I'm saying? Dante Jackson is really good, but they was going to attack that left side because of free safety. And with Tre Boston there, they're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he don't tackle great. He's not the greatest tackler, but he gets that. He picks that ball off. He's a ball hawk, and I can see him getting, you know, 5 to 6 picks next year with that pass rush coming, and Eric Reed there, and Luke Kuechly there, and Dante Jackson, and James Bradbury. I can see him getting 5 or 6 picks, man. And like I said, if he can take that ball away, man, he will get paid somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not with the Panthers. But this is just a perfect fit. I'm so happy that he's there, man. And like I said, these are the type of moves, man, that gets this team over the top. If I had my druthers, I would want one more move, and that would be to get a really good receiver. You know what I'm saying? Maybe from a trade or whatever have you. Get another receiver, whatever. Even if it's a third receiver, because I think DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel are showing they can be dominant receivers. But if we had a 3-headed monster and receiver, I think that would be really good. Even if it's not the AJ Greens or whatever, but if you could get a dominant third receiver, you know what I'm saying, like a Cooper Kupp or something like that. Not to say Cooper Kupp, but just, you know, a receiver that can, you know, dominate from the slot and do his thing. I think that would take us completely over the top, man. But right now, I'm thinking we Super Bowl contenders, y'all. That's real talk. I think the defense is going to be dominant. I think the receiving core is good. I think the O-line is going to be better. You know what I'm saying? I think Cam is healthy. Greg Olsen's looking good. Ian Thomas is going to come into his own. And then you got Christian McCaffrey. I think the Panthers are serious contenders. And I think a lot of people are sleeping on us. But they're going to wake up pretty soon. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Roman.com and wherever else. And guys, I know it's late, but I had to drop this breaking news for y'all, man. This is an amazing move for the Carolina Panthers, and I think this could take us over the top. Definitely get in the comment section, man, how you feel about us signing Tre Boston. Do you think Eric Berry would have been a better choice? Let me know that in the comment section below. Check out the Spreadshirt account, the Patreon page, both of the links in the description. And guys, I also have an NFL affiliate link. Definitely check that out, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfect time to get your Carolina Panther gear. You know what I'm saying? Check out the affiliate link. You can get any Carolina Panther gear you want. And for other NFL fans, you can definitely copy your stuff there too. So definitely check out the affiliate link, man. Go check out my dog Renard Steen's page. His videos are very interesting in minds. We have a podcast together. Very funny dude, very talented. I think you guys really like his stuff, man. And our podcast, we talk about some real cool topics. So definitely check that out, man. The video's in the very end screen. The end screen of my video, or the end of my video, in the end screen at the very end. So definitely check that out, man. You know, shares for all your Panther fans, anybody Panther related, anybody football related. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I know it's late night, bro, but you gotta be turned up for this, man. Listen, I'm waking up my family over this, man. I ain't gonna lie. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace.